And then there were 4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. There are just 4 teams left in the NCAA tournament. Yes, we are down to the final 4. It's been a great tournament so far. I've thoroughly enjoyed it despite my bracket being pretty busted, but you know what? I can't complain because I was just checking it. I thought for this video we could make my final 4 picks, but also just kind of review my bracket a little bit, see how terribly or not so terribly it went. And what I noticed, check this out guys, I didn't even know this, even though my champion, U of A, is gone, obsolete, out of the picture, like they always are, disappointing. Ignore these other 2 brackets, by the way. Look at this, 88th percentile. I can't complain, guys, because like I got 2, okay, let's just take a look at my final 4. Okay, first and foremost, I got 2 out of the 4 final 4 teams right, which I never get right. At best, I think in my best year, I got 1 Final Four team right. I had Duke in the Final Four, and I had Kansas, but I had U of A, and I had Murray State. But at the end of the day, though, my ideal was there. I was looking at this. My thought process was there. It wasn't too bad because, okay, I said Duke would go on a magical run with Coach K. I said they'd come out of that region. I wasn't buying into Gonzaga, and even though I had them beating Gonzaga in the Elite Eight, I thought that at the end of the day, they would come out of this region, and I thought they had a special storybook ride left in them. And to get to the Final Four, I would say that it's been quite the story already. Gonzaga lost to Arkansas. I didn't expect that, though. North Carolina. Okay, well, actually, let's just go to Kansas. It was either Kansas or Iowa in this region, and since I already kind of had like a Cinderella team with Murray State, I decided to go with Kansas. I just thought all around they were the best team in this region. Didn't buy into Auburn. I just thought that they were too young of a team. Jabari Smith probably being their best player. Walker Kessler. These are underclassmen. I like more mature teams, but I went against that with picking Duke, but Duke had the whole Coach K storyline with them. So I just thought Kansas overall was probably the best team in this region. And then Villanova, they're just so solid. They shoot free throws so well. And that's honestly the key, guys. They never beat themselves. And I got to give Jay Wright and that whole team a lot of credit because they make all their free throws. The greatest free throw shooting team in college basketball history. They don't turn the ball over. They're just solid. They play like a team. And honestly, you have to beat Villanova. I think Clark Kellogg said this in one of the games, or in between one of the games or after I think Villanova got to the Final Four after they beat Houston. You have to beat Villanova. They won't beat themselves. They're never going to beat themselves. So a lot of credit to them. They deserve to be a Final Four team. And then didn't expect Arizona to lose to Houston, but Houston was tough. But at the end of the day, in this region, I said one of the top seeds would come out. The 2nd seed came out instead of the 1st seed, unfortunately. So, and then also in this region, I'm kind of proud of this region. I said Murray State gets to the Final Four, right? Even though they didn't, obviously, they lost to St. Peter's, who, no matter what happens at the end of this tournament, they're the story of the tournament. Let's just say it as it is right now, guys. No question about it. I was right about this region having the lower. There's always one lower seed. Call them a Cinderella if you want. North Carolina doesn't seem like a Cinderella to me, but in terms, there's always one lower seed or 5 seed or below that gets to the Final Four, and therefore that region's usually the region of chaos, the one where there's a lot of upsets, a lot of parity. And I predicted that this would be that region, and it was because I had North Carolina beating Baylor, and I had my Elite Eight, I think was, Murray State, UCLA. So I didn't have any top 3 seed in the Elite Eight. So this was my most chaotic region, and the low seed that always makes the Final Four did come out of this region. So my concept with the 2 regions where I didn't get the Final Four correct, or I didn't get the region winner correct, the concept, my thought process, the idea, I think was pretty good. So yeah, guys, it's going to be, but if you could just take your bracket aside, forget the whole bracket thing, this Final Four, how can you not love it? Just from an objective standpoint, 4 blue bloods, 4 historically great programs, 4 dominant programs that have been, most of the recent championships have gone to these programs. Villanova won in 2016 and 2018, Duke won it in 2015, and North Carolina won it in 2017. Kansas won it in 2008, but they're always right around here. They're always a top seed. 4 blue bloods, and then obviously the matchup of the century, Duke, Carolina, the first time in March Madness history, and it just so happens to be in Coach K's last season. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Of course, we all wanted to see St. Peter's in this Final Four, but with North Carolina here, I can't complain because they're facing Duke. Both of these teams playing their best basketball of the season. So let's just make our quick Final Four picks. These will probably be wrong, by the way, just to let you know, because just the whole, seeing into the future thing, predicting thing, that's not really my forte. I'm not good at it, okay? Let's just be honest. I thought this would be a different year for U of A. I thought they'd win the whole thing, but let's just go with it. So We're going to start with Villanova and Kansas. This is a great game, obviously. This is actually a rematch of the 2018 Final Four where Villanova won. They were both 1 seeds in 2018. Here's the thing, though. It's still a toss-up game. It'll be close. But the loss of Justin Moore for Villanova, who tore his Achilles in the Elite Eight game, that's going to be tough. And I didn't know how shallow of a rotation Villanova have. They've had and has. They pretty much have a 6-man rotation. It's basically, they just have 6 guys, and they only bring 1 guy off their bench. And now you lose one of your best players, maybe your best player in Justin Moore. And what are they going to do? Are they going to have 5 guys play the whole game? Or maybe bring 1 extra or 2 extra guys off the bench that don't normally play? I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see. But I just think that injury is pretty devastating, and it's hard to replace Justin Moore. So it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to go with Kansas. I think Kansas gets revenge for that Final Four loss a few years ago. They're just playing so well right now. They're on a roll. They're just so good all around. They shoot the ball well. They defend well. I think they're going to get it done. I think they're going to beat Villanova and get to the finals. Duke and Carolina. Now, here's the interesting thing. Wouldn't this be even better if this was the finals matchup? Here's the thing. I think if this wasn't the matchup, like if North Carolina was playing Villanova or North Carolina was playing Kansas, or the matchups were mixed up and they weren't playing each other, I would probably go with North Carolina to beat Kansas or Villanova. The way that North Carolina is playing right now, just all around the way they're defending, the way they're sharing the ball, the way they're rebounding, like Armando Bacot, 22 rebounds against St. Peter's. I would have probably gone with a Duke-Carolina finals if one of these teams was on this side of the bracket, but they just so happen to be playing in the Final Four. Can't complain. So who wins this game? Look, Carolina beat Duke in Coach K's last home game at Cameron Indoor Stadium. And it's Coach K's last year. I already have him in the finals. It would be the most fitting thing ever if he beats Carolina, gets revenge, gets to the finals, and then plays Kansas. And who would win between Duke and Kansas? You know what, guys? Duke already got this far. It just really does feel like a magical year for them. I'm going to go with Duke to win the national championship. I had him as my runner-up, right? So it's like, the idea was there. The idea that Duke was going to go on a great run despite having a freshman-dominated team. They're just going to do it for Coach K. That's firing themselves up for Coach K, winning for him. I had a feeling that was going to factor in, and it has up until this point. I think they're going to finish the job, get to the championship, and beat Kansas in the finals. But guys, at the end of the day, I have no dog in this fight. So or is that the expression, or is it a horse? I don't know. I don't really care about any of these 4 schools. I'm not a fan. Okay. I just want to see 4 or 3 great games, and I'm sure we will with these elite programs. And no, I don't think there's one of these 4 teams that really is separated from the others. I think they're very close in terms of how good they are. North Carolina's an 8 seed, but again, I don't really feel like they're a Cinderella. They're a blue blood school that's always good in March Madness. They've had such great success, so it doesn't feel like they don't belong here. I could easily see them beating Duke. I could easily see them winning the whole thing. So it doesn't feel like a Cinderella team despite them being an 8th seed. So we have a very balanced, very equal Final Four. Both matchups are very equal and balanced, going to be very close, and we're going to have a great championship, guys. So I hope you enjoyed as much as I'm going to enjoy it, guys, and we'll see what happens. Comment your opinions. Let me know who's winning each Final Four matchup, who's going to be your national champion in 2022. And guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're a sports fan and you haven't done so already. I'm sure you won't regret it. Hopefully, probably not. Let's just hope not. All right, guys, thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.